The published cost of getting a TSP loan is only a $50 admin fee to get the loan started. But the true cost of actually having a TSP loan can be thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars more. That's what we're going to dive into today is if you get a TSP loan, what is the cost? And is it still worth doing despite the cost? Because sometimes it is. Now, if you're new to the channel, welcome. My name is Dallin Haas. I'm a financial planner. I help federal employees retire and stay retired, and I absolutely love it. So let's talk about it. Again, if you look on the TSP's website, there is a $50 fee just to start a TSP loan. But there's actually two other ways that you pay money as well. Number one, there's interest. However, the interest rate tends to be very low. Right now, it's at the G Fund rate, which is 4.25% as of recording. Okay, 4.25%, so very low. And you actually pay this interest back into your TSP account. So you actually pay it to yourself. But this last reason, this last cost is actually the vast majority of the cost. And this is it. Let's say you take $10,000 out in a TSP loan. This $10,000, well, yes, you will pay it back, which is good, right? You'll get it back into the account. All the time the money's not in there, it cannot grow. It cannot grow. So let's just do a very simple example. Let's say you take $10,000 out and it takes you a year or two to pay back. And let's say during that time, the market grew by 10%. Your $10,000 that would have been in your TSP would have grown by $1,000. Would have grown by $1,000 had that money actually stayed in the account. And if growth was more, or if you took a bigger TSP loan, then the difference would even be more. It could be thousands and thousands of dollars, and especially if it takes you longer to pay that back. So next time you think about a TSP loan, don't just think about the $50 fee. Say, okay, am I okay paying $1,000 to take this money out for whatever I need? Is that what I want? And that's a good question, right? That's a good question. Now, when does it actually make sense where TSP loan is actually the best option? Well, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Like I said, there's a lot of aspects about a TSP loan that I actually like. For example, the interest rate right now is relatively low at 4.25%, and you pay this to yourself, right? Which is fantastic. We love that. We love that. However, well, I guess not however, let's kind of backtrack. When does it make sense to do this? Like I said, the true cost is the money's not in the account growing. When does it make sense where this is the best option? Well, let's go through it. Number one, ideally, everyone has an emergency fund. So that when things come up in life, they've got an emergency fund to pay for it. They don't have to go into TSP. So if you've got that, I'd go there first. And number two, is there any other types of loans you can get, whether a personal loan or a HELOC or other things where the interest rate isn't too bad? And I'd honestly only do this option if it's guaranteed to be a short-term thing. For example, if you just have a short-term need that comes up and you're confident you can get this paid off ASAP, then I'd go for something like this, maybe get a different type of loan. But if it's going to be a long-term thing and the interest rate's going to be significantly above what you get with TSP, then again, TSP may make the most sense, okay? So long story short, if you've kind of used all your other options, then a TSP loan can make sense. But again, you have to understand what it's costing you, and you have to be okay with that. You don't want to go in blindly to the ramifications of using the TSP and not getting the growth that you're looking for because, again, the money wasn't in there working. All right. So long story short, financially, you want to have other places to go for money, have an emergency fund, have stuff in place. So when things come up, you're not forced to go to TSP every time. But I understand in real life, TSP sometimes is the best option. So I hope that's helpful, and I'll see you guys in the next video.